Once again, good morning and welcome to all of you in this Saturday daily Holy Mass celebration. To those in the online, may whatever you're undergoing right now, please be assured of God's love. He knows our situation and He is listening to our prayers. Para po for the background sa ating pagninilay, I would like to tell you a story. We'll go to Vietnam back in 1975. Kasi this year, natalo yung Democrats, the Communist won. Nanalo yung Communist. And right after po nang nag-take over full control ang Communist sa entire country, kinulong nila po yung Catholic Cardinal. Ang pangalan ay si Cardinal Nguyen Van Thuan. And for the next 9 years, siya ay nasa isang solitary confinement, parang Bartolina. Pangalawa, after naman nun, meron siyang house arrest. But all in all, he stayed for 13 years in the prison. But while in the prison, he was so graceful. Nagmimisa pa rin siya. Smuggled yung wine at bread. At ang maalala ko, ang kwento ni Cardinal Tagle, kasi kaibigan niya ito, walang Bible kasi bawal. So ang ginagawa niya lang, whatever he can remember, at saka yung mga formula ng masses. Tapos little by little, without even saying words along the way, the guards and his co-prisoners were also evangelized. And he died in Rome in 2002. Pero before nang i-release na siya sa prison, yung guard, tinanong siya, "Oh, you are now going to be released? When you go back to your world, what are you going to tell us about?" Ano sabihin mo sa kanila? Ikwento mo ba how brutal we are? How we treated you so badly? Meron ka ba sa aming resentment and bitterness? Anong ikwento mo sa mundo? You know, sabi niya sa guard, he only assured them of his concern and love for them. Parang pag may namatay na relative tayo, you never anymore speak ill of the dead. So he promised that to the guard, that when he goes out, he will not speak ill of what happened to him. Friends, I am telling you this story because I think this is a good story, an example about the gospel of today, that somebody was able to live the teaching of Jesus. Sabi kasi ni Jesus sa gospel ngayon, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. And I think the life of Cardinal Van Thuan was exemplary model for all of us. Sabi kasi ni Jesus, this is the one way to display that we are children of God, to love our enemies. Sabi pa ni Jesus, bakit we have to love our enemies? Kasi this what will make us different. Kasi karaniwan, pag tayo'y nasaktan, we were hurt, ang ating kasing natural reaction is really to fight, whether in words, whether physically, or whether inside. We are fighting back. Kung hindi naman, we turn away, we run away. Pero alam nyo pala, according sa study of psychology at mga studies, whether we fight or we run away, it will always have, when we are hurt by somebody, there's always effect in us, inside. There's something frozen inside in us. Di ba parang tubig nilagay mo sa refrigerator or freezer, after some hours, yung tubig ay tumigas na. May titigas daw talaga eh. The experience of pain and hurt will be stored in our memory. Kaya for this reason, the next time you see the person, you either avoid the person, quarrel, o hindi kayo magkasundo. Kaya nga minsan naalala niyo yung salita na, ay, may sentimental value yung singsing sa kanya. Pwede rin yan sa mga bad experience. Meron ka rin na sentimental value. nangiinit sa galit. I will never forget this experience. I think 4 years ago, I'm about to say a mass sa isang funeraria. Inaayos ko na. Pagpasok ko pa lang, puno yung chapel. Kasi pala, yung isang anak, galing pang abroad, kasi namatay yung nanay na eh. The very old woman, that galing sa abroad, dinala yung kanyang mga anak, pati mga apo. Kaya halos mapuno nila yung chapel. But you can feel the atmosphere is different. But they are all doing smile. Habang inaayos ko naman yung we are about to start the mass, dumating yung eldest. Di ba sa Philippine society, the eldest is like also the kanang kamay. Kasi namatay na yung nanay siyang kanang kamay And then bigla na lang siyang out of nowhere, nagsilita siya with a very high tone, like a general. Tapos, ang problema, ang pinagdiskitahan niya, yung apo, around mga 10 years old. And then, he pushed the button by telling a malicious family secret in the past to the young. Because of that, the entire side ng nagsitayuan. And then like a volcano, something erupted like magnitude 5. The entire room was like the height of drama. Nakikita ko sa teleserye, but it was happening in my eyes. Ang maala ko lang, sabi ko nako, ilang taon silang hindi nagkita-kita siguro, lampas 30 years, probably. And here in front of the coffin of their mother, they were exchanging hurtful words, excavating frozen memories, throwing to one another. So totoo talaga yung tubig na tumigas sa sa refrigerator, later on pero may pang bato kahit 30 years na pala, nagbabatuan sila doon, throwing to one another. At for some days, na-trauma din ako doon na-trauma, doon ako namula sa realidad. Ilan pa kayang families ngayon who are undergoing such quality of relationship? For I can imagine life for them was simply filled with pain, hatred, and their differences was simply irreconcilable. And let's go to other areas. Paano kaya sa mga mag-aasawa? Ang ibang mag-aasawa, they shared the same bed, same roof for the past 20 years. And later on, they became their greatest enemies. So magkakapatid, so dati magkatrabaho, and all other areas where there is conflict and fighting. Totoo nga mga kapatid, to all of you now, wherever you are right now, the teaching of Jesus is easier said than done. Madali lang sabihin, ngunit mahirap gawin. But as His followers, we are called to make a difference. That when somebody hurt us, we don't return evil. Sabi ni Jesus, love them still, pray for them, and do not return evil with evil. Instead, ang payo ni Jesus, we respond with love in the face of evil. But how to do this? How to do this so that we'll not get frozen in pain and bitterness, and later on not throw that frozen ice to one another. That's why this needs a lot of faith in Jesus. Faith, if just in case in the future will we be faced with so much anger over the other person, remind yourself, faith, Lord, faith. Pangalawa, it requires a lot of understanding of the person and his situation. Dapat mauna tayong umintindi sa tao talaga. Umintindi. At pangatlo, this requires a lot of forgiving heart. Pero alam nyo, ang pusong mapagpatawad is only for the generous people. Generous people. Kasi ang isang taong generous, you are already selfless. Selfless. In short, other word ng selfless, less of self. Ibig sabihin yung loob natin, dahil less na, magaan na. 'Di ba? Selfless, less of self. Kung bawas na yung loob natin, magaan na ito. Magaan ito dahil wala nang mabibigat na laman. But ano ba nagpapabigat ng laman sa panloob natin? Ayan na yung galit, bitterness, anger, you call it grudges. Sa English ang tawag diyan, you are harboring bitterness, harbor. Parang dyan sa pier, harbor. Kasi yung boat, di ba meron yun na anchor, ayaw mo umalis sa harbor, gusto mo na forever na lang doon nakatali sa harbor. But that's why to forgive is kailangan niya ang generous heart, willing to make yourself less. And I think one of the best example who made this is Oprah Winfrey. Kilala niyo ba si Oprah Winfrey? Yeah, siya yung sikat sa US na TV anchor. That's how she defined forgiveness. Forgiveness is nothing else but not anymore to hold. Huwag na magtago ng galit. Kasi meron siya, yung nanay niya kasi, for very long years, wala siyang magandang relasyon sa nanay niya. Kasi ang history ng buhay niya, yung nanay niya kasi 17 years old pa lang, nabuntis na. Tapos iniwanan siya sa lola niya for 1 year old pa lang. Tapos she was growing up without a mother at her side. Imagine, di nga daw siya kilalang nanay niya. Tapos yung lola niya pa, very strict, lagi siyang pinapalo. Pero nang 6 years old, binilik na siya ng lola niya sa nanay niya. Sabi niya, pag dating niya daw sa nanay niya, sa apartment, di niya alam kung nanay niya ba yun. Kasi wala daw na natuturing na pagmamahal. Di nga daw siya kilala. Kaya all throughout her life, yun ang dinamdam niya. Hindi daw siya mahal ng nanay niya. Pero saan siya, later on niya lang napatawad nanay niya because sabi niya, later on, na-realize niya, I kept holding in my heart these grudges and it kept me prisoner for so long. Kaya para sa kanya, there's no other way, and this is also a good advice to all, the same advice of Jesus, to let it go. To let go. Make less of ourselves. Paagaanin ang loob. And that's the only way to travel light in this world, to travel happy, to travel peacefully, and to travel harmoniously. My prayer, sana may all of you, your family be blessed with peace and nice relationship in the grace of God. God bless to all.